What's good, y'all? I'm super hyped to talk about my second favorite of the four Musketeers, Terrakion. Terrakion has some awesome new abilities as well as some nice new distributed stats and slight stat boosts, although the main draw here is the abilities and the strong move buffs and changes. Speaking of, if you are new here or if you watch all my videos and have yet to do so, I'm not kidding. This is me telling you to check out the description below and look at that Google Sheet. There is a very, very detailed guide for every single move buff and change. There are 600 plus of them, and it took me literally months to make that. So, and those are super important in terms of how the Pokemon function now. You cannot understand like the buffs and changes for Pokemon unless you look at all of those moves and understand how they work now. So definitely give that a look if you have yet to do so. And I'm tripping up on my words, but yeah, Terrakion, two great new abilities. All four of the Musketeers have proficiency. Excuse me. It's very unlikely you'll be able to get anything other than an attack boost with proficiency. This is beast boost. So unless your unless your IVs in nature are like minus attack and shitty attack IVs, you're probably not going to be able to get. Or if you're running like zero attack investment with max speed or something, then you could theoretically do that with like Swords Dance and get a speed boost. You know, you could actually theoretically do that, but it's not the best. In most cases, it's basically just Moxie in this case, sadly. But it's still a great ability, very good for snowballing against the AI. You can, slap on a Choice Scarf, what we're going to do, and just get a kill, and now you can start snowballing out of control. But keep in mind, by the way, setup is nerfed in general. There's a lot of anti-setup things. Strong priority moves. Every Pokemon, for the most part, has at least one, probably multiple priority moves that they can use, including Stab. And then, of course, there's a lot of priority phasing moves like Whirlwind and Roar and all this other crap that's going to stop setup sweepers in their tracks for the AI, because setting up against the AI is very easy. So proficiency isn't as brainless as you might think, but it's still an incredible ability, and I like how all four of the Musketeers have it. Pretty fitting flavor-wise. And their other ability is Headstrong. Terrakion's ability is Headstrong. This prevents recoil damage. So you have incredibly powerful moves. So earlier, these guys are going to be available in Ultra Wormholes, so you'll be roughly level 60-ish by the time you reach them anyways. So you're not going to have to wait that long for Head Smash and Submission, which are 150 base power moves, along with Headlong Rush. Those are all 150 base power moves that function. They're basically like close combat and recoil moves into one move. So those are insane. You prevent the recoil, but you still take that minus defense drop. And in competitive, for example, which is not what this hack is balanced for whatsoever, that's incredible because you can always just switch the fuck out. But in game, you can't always control, like, something switches into your 150 base power move that's different than, oh, they lived the 150 base power move, now I'm -1 defense and now I die to their attack, alongside the theoretical recoil damage, although in this case you don't take any, so it's still really good. So in most cases you might want to run both Head Smash and Submission, but me personally, I would prefer Rock Climb plus Submission or Takedown plus Head Smash. I would want to run one that doesn't drop my defenses and one that drops one that does. That's what I would do personally. That's just my opinion, though. It always depends on whatever boss fight is coming up and what you want to, tailor your moveset around. But yes, you do have Rock Climb and Takedown, which are 110 base power. Those also have additional effects. I believe both have a high chance to drop defense. And then you have Wild Charge and Play Rough, which are great coverage moves. And of course you have Headlong Rush, which is another great coverage move that's the same power as Head Smash and Submission. So all very strong, great coverage. He also has all types of other great coverage moves like Megaton Kick, Mega Horn, Earthquake, all this other great stuff. First Impression, U-Turn. He also has good utility. He has Sediment to heal himself reliably. He has good bulk, 101, 110, 80. I did drop the Spadef a bit just for logical reasons. I think this stat distribution just fits him better design-wise. And he also has stuff like Battle Cry, which drops the opponent's attacking stats by 2, which is great in conjunction with Parting Shot and Sediment, so you can run a really good bulky Terrakion for certain boss fights. You have infinite customizability, because not only do you have those infinite usability capsules to swap between the abilities, you also have infinite EV training items to, make the best use out of your EVs and your Pokemon in general. Another cool thing, Sacred Sword always crits, so you can use that in conjunction with Rock Wrecker or Superpower, which drop your attack stat by 2. Those are pretty cool. Again, setup moves are nerfed. Not only is the PP nerf, but like I said earlier, they're a lot harder to pull off, but you can still run a mean proficiency set with Bulk Up or Rock Polish or Swords Dance. Probably Rock Polish or Bulk Up, though. Swords Dance is kind of overkill. You don't need that in-game on a Pokemon that's this strong with a middling. It's 108 speed is great, okay, in-game. You can always tap on a Choice Scarf. You also have Accelerock for priority, which is great, but if you look at the speed tier guide, I'm not going to switch to it because it does lag while I record, but you can check that out for yourself and see the speed tiers and stuff. Yeah, he's just a beast. I love Terrakion. I just like Carbalion a little bit more, but they're both awesome. Skirmish is also nice for utility. Reversal could be pretty great with like proficiency with Endure, plus like a Pinch Berry, maybe like a Select Reversal, Endure, attack boosting proficiency set, that'd be pretty fucking sick. Although, you know, you are very vulnerable to first impression. You also don't resist that anymore, by the way. Fighting does no longer resist bug, so you are still vulnerable to first impressions. Strong ones, neutral, non-stab ones are not gonna take you out, but you know, like a very strong, I don't know, one from like a hustle pincer or something is gonna probably deal a shitload of damage and kill you if you took any chip or something on the switch in, for example. Finishing blow is also great with proficiency. That gives you +3 attack when you knock the opponent out, so you can get +4 attack with finishing blow when you kill something. Yeah, in general, he's just a great Pokemon. Rock fighting does have a decent amount of competition in this hack. There is one more that I have planned. It's either a Kalos or a Alolan. You'll see eventually. That one is going to be very fast and strong with very little defensive utility, at least compared to the other two, while Terrakion and Conkeldurr are the other two rock fighting types who are much bulkier. Terrakion's kind of like a middle ground. He is not nearly as bulky as Conkeldurr is. He's also a much later game encounter. Not that he outclasses Terrakion because he, Conkeldurr, because he doesn't. Conkeldurr has incredible abilities with incredible priority moves with Technician and Solid Rock and all this other stuff, and he's very bulky. But they just have different tools. That's one of my main objectives, is to make sure that Pokemon don't outclass one another. But in general, yeah, Conkeldurr is bulkier and also stronger, 145 base attack as opposed to 139. However, Terrakion does have that speed advantage, so definitely still worth using, of course. Obvious. I don't need to sell anybody on Terrakion here. I think people are going to love this, as like far I could tell, because it's just like Unga Bunga, click button, you know, people like that type of stuff. I like it too. It fits very well. His personality fits Headstrong very well, and then of course his design, you know, not taking that recoil damage because of how bulky, and his head is just all, like, he's got those horns and stuff. It fits really well in my opinion. So yeah, that's about it. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Hopefully you found this video interesting. If you did, definitely make sure you subscribe, please. That'd be a big help. I'm trying to hit 1.1k pretty soon. So yeah, appreciate the support, everybody. Peace.